The Progressive Liberal Party's Job Creation and Empowerment Summit kicked into high gear last night with several announcements about new programs being made. The programs are designed to get Bahamians back to work immediately and to expand the nation's economy over the long term. Deputy Leader of the PLP, Philip Brave Davis, announced 5 new proposals at the party's Southwestern New Providence constituency's Job Summit. They include the 21st Century Classrooms Project, a public-private partnership which he feels will modernize and upgrade classrooms and schools across the country, create jobs for architects, engineers, green energy experts, and those in the construction trade. Secondly, the Worker Retaining Initiative he announced will dramatically expand access to retraining programs and work opportunities. The Family Island Modernization Program, Davis said, will provide jobs for Bahamians to construct and repair docks, bridges, roads, and seawalls throughout the Family Islands. He also said the PLP will introduce a community involvement or improvement program that will award contracts to community leaders for the upkeep and maintenance of parks and public spaces. The 5th proposal is the Home Sweet Home initiative, which Davis says will improve Crown grants and custom duty rebates to Bahamians prepared to construct and complete homes in a family island within 18 months of obtaining such grants. Other speakers at last night's forum included the candidate for Kennedy, Dion Smith, who said the PLP's light manufacturing project includes giving Bahamian companies that produce uniforms a 3-year business license holiday. Blue Hills candidate Leslie Miller, who said that the career path academies should or would be established to expand technical and vocational training and apprenticeship opportunities for 15,000 young people annually. Additionally, he said a skills upgrade requirement would be established requiring all persons receiving unemployment benefits to attend a technical or vocational course. The candidate for Bamboo Town, Renwood Wells, focused on the advancement of the agriculture and fisheries industries. The Job Creation and Empowerment Summit at Workers' House ends tonight with an address from party leader Perry Christie. While some city market stores are closing for internal reasons, the SuperValu food store chain is doing quite the opposite. In addition to making significant and ongoing improvements, there's also talk of expansion. Carla Palmer continues her conversation with Rupert Roberts, the chain's CEO.
With competitive pricing identified as key to the engine that drives the SuperValu food store chain fast past its competitors, along with what has been identified as the best staff in the world, the food store giant could soon be in your neck of the woods, as expansion plans are always being sought.
The economy hold, or should the economy increase, we'll be expanding to take up the slack and keep serving the public in the areas that we don't serve now.
Rupert Roberts owns the 10 SuperValu food stores, all of which are located here in New Providence. While he is affiliated with Price Right, Save-A-Lot, and Maxwell's in Abaco, he's looking at other feasible areas to expand.
Grand Bahama is probably overstored right now. There's too many stores, and we haven't seen the opportunity in Grand Bahama. Of course, the economy in Grand Bahama is probably worse than the rest of the Bahamas because of their peculiar problem.
Like everyone else, Roberts says the global recession has forced him to run a tighter ship of his finances. And in addition to forward planning and improved service, he's made adjustments toward growing his business, beginning with consumer-related energy-saving tips to cut electricity cost.
We used to have the old bulb that was a big bulb, and now we've run the lighting down the aisle, we find, and with these new slimline energy bulbs, and that gives more lighting. We're trying to cut our energy bill, which is still running around $300,000 a month, and that's $3.5 million a year, even with the energy things that we're doing, trying to put in effect to cut the bill. If we hadn't done that, it would have been running $5-6 million.
While it may appear that Roberts is holding the monopoly, he is promising to keep serving the public.
Service for the Bahamian people.
Carla Palmer, ZNS News.
Students from 9 public and private schools here in the capital and Abaco got an opportunity to learn more about Florida Memorial University at a recruitment fair. Evangeline McDonald talks about the degree programs available for undergraduate and graduate students.
You have 40 or different degrees offered at FMU. You also have a master's degree level there. So you have, I think they mentioned about 4 new ones. So they can choose, I think aviation is top on the list. Of course, education has always been top-notch from the time the school started. You have persons who went there did biology like myself and went on to become doctors. We have a lot of Bahamian doctors who went there.
And apart from learning more about campus life at the historically black university, a number of students are also expected to receive scholarships to attend the South Florida University. Well, we're one day away from October, and that means National Youth Month is here. Under the theme, Celebrating Youth, Get Involved 242, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture is hoping to showcase the positive role models in youth while encouraging others to get involved. Activities for the month include the popular Youth March on Sunday at 3 p.m., a Gospel Jamboree on October 7th, Youth Recognition Ceremony on the 21st, an annual favorite, the National Youth Parliament, a trade show and church service at New Destiny Baptist Church. Youth Minister Charles Maynard also announced 2 new initiatives for youth this month.
Youth in Action Day, where young people, youth organizations, and community members will perform a makeover to some of our community parks. It is our hope that these parks will be beautified and enhanced with a youthful touch. On the 12th of October, the ministry, in partnership with BTVI and other business entities, will officially launch another new initiative, Youth Empowerment Day. This day will expose young people to the many technical training opportunities available to them. This will be a day that will stimulate the senses of our young people engaged in exciting new learning opportunities in the most practical way possible. This initiative will seek to attract 500 plus young people from our high schools.
Maynard is pleased with this year's activities as he believes they are hosting the appropriate platforms to showcase Bahamian youth.
As this is a national celebration, throughout our islands of the Bahamas, a variety of youth parades and youth activities will take place, all with an emphasis to engage our young people and to capture the spirit of this year's theme, Celebrating Youth, Get Involved 242. I wish to encourage every parent, every youth leader, and every Bahamian across our archipelago to embrace the opportunities to celebrate our youth and to get involved.
Now, in case you want to follow Sunday's parade, here is the route. The parade will travel east along West Bay Street to Navy Lion Road to Bay Street, east along Bay Street to East Bay Street, south on East Street to Ross Corner, and then onto Market Street. The parade will then head south to Chapel Street, Meadow Street, Nassau Street, and back to West Bay to Clifford Park. In July of this year, the multi-million-dollar renovation project began on the historic Parliament buildings. Now, a major goal of contractors is to preserve the charm and historic appeal of Old Nassau. Well, yesterday, Governor General Sir Arthur Folkes and Lady Folkes toured the 3 buildings to see the work in progress. Leading the tour was Ministry of Works Chief Architect Livingston Forbes. Forbes said work on the House of Assembly is basically complete, while on the Senate side, they will need a little more time to complete the project. He also gave an update on work being carried out to the Hansard and Ansbacher buildings.
At the Hansard building, it's basically done. We have accepted the building now and issued a certificate of practical completion, and the judge and his staff is now moving in. As far as the Ansbacher building is concerned, that will probably be another maybe 4 to 6 weeks because of the slowdown of the roof damages relating to Hurricane Irene. However, we have a new contract for the roof repairs ongoing now, and hopefully in another 4 weeks or so the roof will be sealed and complete, and then the completion of the Ansbacher courtrooms on the ground floor can be completed.
The court complex is also a part of the multi-million-dollar upgrade. Renovations are being carried out by Arcol and architectural firm. Company Vice President Doe Smith says emphasis is being placed on safety and security.
All people entering the court will go through a security check by the police. And they will, I'm not sure exactly what they will do, but they will vet everybody that comes in. So all the public will be vetted for security. The other aspect of running of the courts is that the public have a totally different entrance to the judge and the jury. So the judge and jury have their own very separate entrances, and the only time that the jury meets anybody else is in the courtroom. They then retire to their jury deliberation room, and they're totally separate until they've made their deliberation.
Cancer is one of the more costly diseases to treat, but for Sarah Forbes, love made it all possible. The outpouring of love from her family and close friends and the extended church community is making a difference. Sarah was diagnosed with cancer back in 1994, and while the disease went into remission, it demonstrated a pattern of coming back every 2 years. This year, it was more aggressive, causing the 66-year-old to be very painful.
So her expenses have amounted to $280,000. Stateside, $346,000. She's already had 13 surgeries, and because of that and the scarred tissues, they are not able to cut anymore. So only the chemo and the radiation she is able to withstand at this time.
Her family and those who have been touched by her life refused to sit and do nothing. In fact, they wanted to play a major role in assisting her financially.
She got a vision, and she just saw some young persons that she's familiar with from our church singing. And it came to her that this has to be a concert to raise funds. I don't think she anticipated anything of that magnitude. But when she expressed it to Allison and I, the other coordinator, Allison just took it and ran with it. And even though Allison is an Andros, I'm here, and so I'm the legwork. Allison is the brain behind everything, and we've been working very well together.
The benefit concert will take place at the J.M. Johnson Auditorium, formerly the Church of God, Joe Farrington Road Auditorium. Tomorrow, tickets are available at Better Living Health Center and Healthy Lifestyles Business, or you can get them at the door. Members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force came together this afternoon to celebrate the life of a fallen officer, Corporal 972 Sidney Johnson. The funeral taking place at St. Barnabas Anglican Church, Blue Hill Road and Wolf Road. The 39-year-old father of 3 passed away on September 14th after suffering from an illness. He served in many branches of the force, including CRO, CID, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band. Corporal Johnson also received numerous awards and certificates, including a Medal for Long Service and Good Conduct. He was also a lay reader in the Anglican churches. Following the funeral service, Corporal 972 Johnson was laid to rest at Woodlawn Cemetery on Soldier Road.